My stuff is kind of storytelling based. Not all of it is like hardcore poetry. So hope that's okay. And I'm just gonna jump in. So this first piece is called The Summer of My Life. I know you like to drink till the sun up. Bottles, empty bottles, tequila bottles, wine bottles, NyQuil bottles, bottles of aspirin on which I tried to overdose. Never could become an addict. I didn't have the courage. I didn't have the courage to get lost, to give up, to choose the fantasy world that was always calling to me anyway. But I've been collecting bottles all the same. Grind till you come up. Do you know what it's like to lay your life down for something, for someone, for everyone? Have you ever allowed yourself to be the example? Have you ever knowingly played the villain in your own liberation story because balance? What was the counter to the stories we all told ourselves? The stories about the sanctity of the law, the American dream mythology, tall tales about our own identities, about who we had the potential to be. It had to be me. We all have a role to play. Baby, didn't nobody tell you you're doing bad, baby, and it's meant to be that way. But don't you become no skeptic. You gotta believe, believe, believe until it kills you, because death is the only come up for a revolutionary. And ain't that what you wanna be? Oh, okay, just checking. Work all winter, shine all summer. But I'm in the summer of my life, living like it's winter. My soul be yearning to sing, be dying to dance. When I open my mouth, the sound that escapes it is mangled and wild. Not the sexy, sensual, smooth honey I dreamed it would be. But my eyes, sometimes they tell the truth of what I am, of what my spirit was intended for the uninhibited, untethered devouring of life. Especially in this season when my hips are the perfect round, my booty is the perfect fat, my lips are the perfect pout, and my skin is ripe for tasting. This season will go to waste, just like all my dreams. But at least I have my dreams. At least when I close my eyes, I can live into the summer of my life, if my nightmares don't get me. Ride for your brother. It's 8 of us. And I'll slide for all 7. I'll ride for each one. Riding, swinging, gliding down 35. Prepared to pull up on suicide ideation, on bipolar disorder, on manic depression, on childhood trauma, and the aftermath of parents who tried but failed to get Black love just right. 7 candles on my altar. I feel like every single flame envelops my body and eats at my brain. You are me at 12. You are me at 14. You are me at 18. You are me at 19. You are me at 21. You are me at 22. And overwhelmingly, you are not. Disorientingly, you absolutely are not. There is a funhouse mirror between us, in the space we pretend doesn't exist. Our memories are distorted. We do not trust our own minds, and we don't trust that of one another, because we drank from the same poisoned cup, and we can't know what is real, what is right, besides our love. You die for your mother. I'm not ready to write this letter, mostly because I know you'll never be ready to read it. I love you in spite of and because of that. Africa, why have you forsaken me? Were you always meant to betray me? Were my feet to never know the richness of your soul? Was my tongue to never know its mother? And to think of how my ancestors longed for you and dreamed of their return. And to think you never rescued them. To think you never tried. Mommy, did you ever try? I be wanting to ask you, but am simultaneously afraid of your answer and ashamed of my query. Because I know how much you gave. I know how much you accomplished. And I know what it's like to be a Black woman held responsible for every fucking thing. Keep that shit 100. Isn't it a trip that men always want you to stay 10 toes down in a swamp? How they expect you to kiss each of their fingers as they hold your head underwater. That's why I'm so good at revolution. I've been on this martyr shit. I know you want to vacate to a place where you could take pictures, post on Insta. Your friends say they miss you, but they don't really miss you. Did I mention that I'm in the summer of my life living like it's winter? Did I mention that I'm peering through the windows of life and that my existence is haunted by my own 500-year-old death? Did I mention that I'm writing this from the underworld, from the place for all the things that are not quite human? Did I mention that nobody misses me? Did I mention that no one's yet noticed I'm dead?